My name is Marco Itzia. I'm the founder and CEO of San Giuseppe Real Estate. Since 2023, we've been working at the intersection of faith and real estate finance, specializing in consulting and developing church-owned property. As you will soon learn, our process puts the church first and leverages our expertise as real estate practitioners to secure stable, long-term income for our faith communities to fund our Christian mission. We believe our efforts contribute to the new evangelization, ushering in a faith revival that can embolden our church by safeguarding her patrimony. Our work is needed because the church is unfortunately undergoing a difficult time attracting new members and retaining current ones. The data speaks for itself. Today we have 40% fewer priests than we did 60 years ago, and even fewer seminarians. And the US population has grown 30% faster than the Catholic one since the mid-60s. And if we take out the 22% of new Catholics who immigrated to the US during that time, we're left with an even slower growth rate. The bottom line is that the church is just struggling to evangelize. In response to changes in demographics and the consequent loss of income from shrinking attendance, bishops across the US have been rolling out consolidation and restructuring strategies. By merging parishes, we hope to fill more pews and use our properties more fully. But unfortunately, the strategy also leaves us with a surplus of properties which are themselves a drain on resources. The more underutilized church properties are, the more they grow into liabilities. And unless we find a new use for these properties, they're actually going to hurt our efforts to restructure. So what are we to do? Well, what if church properties could turn the tide of decline? What if they could be turned into more productive uses? What if we could take the income generated by church property development to finance our Christian mission, ministries, and evangelization? We believe one solution to help our church can be found in her patrimony. All we have to do is use innovative solutions to activate our sites. Our business model is designed to serve the church. We seek faith institutions who want to partner with us to develop underutilized church properties into income generating uses. We design the project, gather the capital, structure a team, and asset manage the property. This income helps the church thrive by funding mission, ministry, and evangelization. And our fee are performance based, so there's not even an upfront cost for the church. Let us take care of the real estate while you focus on evangelization. We are prudent in selecting which properties are well suited for our business model, only focusing on those which will have a higher probability of success in serving the church's needs. Our firm approaches development with an eye on sustainable practices that safeguard the church, meaning that we have filtered risk before we begin the development process. We have simplified the discernment process by leveraging our data-driven consulting practice, studying which strategies work best across a wide range of scenarios, and narrowed down to 3 categories of property types that work well with our model. Those types being underutilized church buildings, parking lots and land, and rectories and administrative facilities. Each offer a unique opportunity to create stable income for the church. Of the 3 property types, the one that requires the most care are underutilized church buildings. This includes churches, of course, but also schools and convents, monasteries, and other properties with a long history of religious use. We're deeply sensitive to the spiritual, cultural, and architectural legacy of these properties, hence why we approach them with a strategy that safeguards them without sacrificing their history. We use a development process known as adaptive reuse here, which preserves some elements of the structure while turning the use towards something more productive. The second type of property that we work with are parking lots and land, which we approach with the strategy of breathing life into empty spaces. Simply referred to as infill development, we find ways to accommodate larger multifamily and mixed-use properties that generate a strong long-term income and can bring people in proximity to the church. The last property type are rectories and administrative facilities. These properties are usually thought of as part of a larger site, including churches, but they do offer opportunities on their own, especially to resurrect the missing middle. A lot of medium-scale housing options are widely needed in both urban and rural areas across the United States, and these kinds of properties can help solve that housing problem. Moreover, they tend to be the fastest option to redevelop, and they can be made into workforce housing, which provide more affordable rents for middle-income families. Unlike the typical development model, which acquires ownership or control of a property from the church, we are looking to partner with faith institutions to keep as much of the benefit in the church, including ownership and cash flow. So who are we looking for? Our ideal partners are faith institutions such as parishes, dioceses, and religious orders. But we also partner with faith-based Catholic aligned nonprofits who need help funding their mission. And we encourage mission-ready laypeople who want to put their assets to work for the church to reach out to us as well. Moreover, there are huge benefits to keeping the economic benefit of development within our faith community. So we're also always broadening our network of professionals across key sectors that can ensure the success of our church. We need mission-aligned architects, engineers, and general contractors to help us build. But we also need bankers, lenders, investors, impact capital, and family foundations who want to see the church thrive. And we need property managers who help us take care of the daily needs of our tenants and of the property. We always ask our network members to sign a pledge to center Catholic social thought into their work, assuring that we can maintain mission focus at every step of the development process. So how do we redevelop these kinds of church properties? Well, at San Giuseppe Real Estate, we take a relationship-focused approach to development, made up of 7 steps that help us to minimize risk, maximize the economic benefit for Catholics while balancing mission, and leave the church with a productive asset. The first step is to establish our partnership. We identify all the respective parties involved, set expectations for the project, include scope of service, fee-based compensation, and estimated timeline. We then identify the opportunity by selecting which properties are more likely to succeed, as well as which are priority. Then begin working on researching the opportunity. At this stage, the feasibility process, we underwrite the property to identify best strategies and economically viable options. We also underwrite the market to gauge how the strategy would be received, and simultaneously we underwrite the mission of our partner to better align the ultimate goal of the income generating strategy with where the income can have the right impact. Our research helps us ground the third step, design. At this stage, we build on our feasibility study and start to figure out the financial plan to fund the project, the site plan to see how the spaces at the property would be laid out, and a construction plan, which sets out an expected timeline and the cost associated with the project. The fourth step is team selection. Wherever possible, we strive to build a roster of mission-aligned professionals with a Catholic affiliation to maximize the economic benefit of development for our faith community and to maintain mission alignment. With their help, we secure contracts needed to get the project done, figure out cost estimates, and source the financial backing needed to get the project completed. With our team in place and funding ready, we begin construction. Our firm manages the development process, assuring the project remains within budget and is completed according to the timeline. Construction can take anywhere between 10 and 36 months to complete, after which our partners are left with an income-generating property ready to serve their mission. As we near project completion, the property manager begins marketing the property and signing leases. After completion, their job is to keep the property in good working order, to take care of tenants, and assure that our partners don't have to worry about the day-to-day needs of the property. Just like the rest of professionals involved in a project, the property manager services are paid for as part of the property business plan. So our partners don't have to go through the arduous process of hiring and retaining yet another employee. With an improved asset in place and income generating from operations, our partners can focus on what they do best, knowing that there is financial backing to support their mission, ministries, and evangelization. Let us take care of the real estate so you can focus on building the church. Our identity is rooted in the Catholic faith. We view our role in this industry as stewards of God's assets, taking measures to assure that the church thrives and the dignity of every stakeholder is upheld. The values that drive us are Catholic social teaching. At every step along the way, we uphold human dignity, solidarity, subsidiarity, and the common good. seeking to shepherd God's real estate assets along the way. Hence our philosophy for church property: discerning what is true, defining what is good, and building what is beautiful. Together we can build the church. Are you ready to walk with us on this journey?